Welcome, listeners. It's episode 37 of Diggy's Dungeon. We're back again. It's not an interview episode this week, as much as we've been doing loads of those recently. We're back with the new releases, hopefully some good ones. That's in the hands of my callers, don't blame me. Let's get cracking on with it. So, my first caller is my pokey partner, my co-watcher on the unit watch-along at the moment. So I'm going to get her in. It's, of course, AccioSushi. And I can't get her in. I have to go in the waiting room, so I'll do that now. Oh, look at Alex being prepared and deafening himself. Hi, Accio.
Hello.
How are you? How are you doing?
I'm good. Can you actually hear me?
I hear you. You're in perfect, beautiful, crystal clear quality.
Oh my! Okay, great.
Fantastic.
I'm good. Hi, Def. How are you?
I'm doing well. It's finally the UK has realised that it's summer and there is now sun, so that's quite nice.
Wow!
I
Oh
went
my
out
gosh,
in it
that's the
today.
opposite of here.
I know. It's what? It's not. Oh, because you're used to sun, right?
Yeah, there's sun everywhere. It's like
Yeah.
I always have to like convert it, but it's like I don't know, 40 degrees Celsius or something. Probably
Oof,
right now.
horrible. Yeah, it's a
Yeah, it's
comfortable
hot.
level here.
Yeah, well, it's not yet summer yet because the night is not warm. It's still cool at night. You know what I mean? It's not like 39, 40 at night.
Fucking hell.
We're still, you know what I mean? We're
Living
still
in an oven.
good. Yes, I live in an oven, but
Although you do have
it's home.
aircon, which we don't have. So once it gets hot here, I'll be moaning, and you'll be like, "But it's hotter here," and I'll be like, "Yeah, but aircon."
No, that's true. Arizonans take their AC very seriously because we
Kinda
can't
have
live
to.
without it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's wild to me that people even settled there and were like, "Yeah, I mean, we have to have these machines, otherwise we'll all like melt." But it'll be fine. Like, this is wild.
It was doable back in the day because
Yeah.
there was a lot more vegetation, but now that it's more like city, it's hot. So I don't know.
Oh, fun. But yes, you're here with a double topic this week. So very exciting.
Why yes, that's very true. Yeah, and as we're saying hello to summer, we also say goodbye to spring, or in other words, bon voyage, right?
Safe travels to spring.
I tried.
We got halfway there,
I tried. But yeah. So I am here to talk about Dreamcatcher's Bonvoyage.
You are
First.
Indeed. And so let's go ahead and play it. It's Bonvoyage.
이제야 너를 느껴 끝이 없는 여정에 꿈의 환희로 널 안고서 이 감정에 닿은 빛감 아무래도 넌 이미 날 채웠나 봐 되려 모든 장면들이 너로 가득하니까 Now I'm here blending feelings for you 모든 색보들이 너로 향해 있어 조금 멀어져도 우린 함께 있어 Yeah, maybe you don't but I love you 나 그럼에도 널 사랑하니까 그래서 떠나려 해 우리 마지막인 것처럼 모든 날들의 빨간 동그라미를 그려 말해줘 bonvoyage 하늘 아래 있어 bonvoyage 말 안 해도 I know way I know you I know you 꽃이 피어난 계절 언젠가 엇갈린 기로에 우리잖아
Okay. Were Dreamcatcher wishing you safe travels home or safe travels into the dungeon?
Safe travels home, I guess, or safe travels for summer. I don't know. But yeah, I really liked it. I don't know. I think the past few Dreamcatcher titles I haven't been like the hugest fan of. I
Hmm.
think the last time I really loved a Dreamcatcher title was Deja Vu.
And now I'm in my deja vu.
That was the last time I like really, really loved one. Um, yeah, I know there's a lot of Scream fans out there, but for me, I was like, I'm all right.
Yeah, I think the Scream love comes from the
So
fact that that album was ridiculously good.
yeah, that album was incredible, but the title wasn't as like the title was
Yeah,
probably one of the weaker tracks on the album actually.
Please, I don't want to scream. Double eyes come 눈을 뜬다. 눈을 뜬다. Please, I don't want to scream. 어떻게 버텨 scream.
definitely.
Um,
The ones that they
yeah,
released
but
as like secondary singles or B-sides were just so good though.
I know, and they kept just like releasing more and more content. And anyways, speaking of which, this song is just a really good title. I like that. I mean, recently they've been going to more like harder concepts, so it was really refreshing to have this more like anthemic, I don't know, triumphant style song, like very hopeful. And so I was like, oh, this is so nice. Like I know they're supposed to like go for the dark concept, but like I don't know, there's still elements of rock in it, and I really liked it.
Mhm.
I like I definitely agree with some people in chat, and I think we were talking about it earlier, where like the different sections, the like from the verse to the pre-chorus to the chorus, there's a little bit of like it's a little jarring because I don't know, there isn't as good as smooth of a transition or build up to like the really intense chorus.
Yeah.
Which is probably the best part of the song is that this really just like over the top chorus. But yeah, I mean, I think for me, I liked each of the sections individually. So if I had to give it any one criticism, I think that I agree with y'all and that I think the ramp up could have been better. But I think that the individual sections were just really pretty. Verses were fine. I think they're functional, but the pre-chorus with like the acoustic guitar and like the soft
Mhm.
falsetto, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so pretty. But I'm a really big sucker for like really just nice floating falsetto. So I just loved it. Um, and then chorus comes out of nowhere and punches you, but like it's a good punch. I don't know.
It's not that hard of a punch,
um,
to be fair.
that's true. It's not that hard of a punch. What's nice too about like the way that the song goes is that the first chorus, it's more. At first, I was like, okay, I feel like they turned it to like maybe 9, and they should have turned it to like 11. But I think what was nice is that like I think each chorus after that gets progressively more like there's more instrumental, it's a little bit more intense, and then that last like farewell chorus, I guess, that has the extra like Bon Voyage
Mm.
thing in the back. Um
Bonvoyage.
yeah. But that last one is like such a good last chorus. And I like that it builds in intensity, at least in the chorus, for each time it's played, so that it's a little bit different each time. And
Mhm.
so honestly, I voted for it to be like a 2, a key to the city, but it was so close to 1. It was like a 1.5 in reality if I could give like 0.5s.
Yeah.
But I can't.
There's
Since I
just
can't,
a few too
I'm
many
just saying.
flaws.
Yeah, there's just a few too many. Like if the transitions was a little better. I love the sections, just the transitions could have been better, so it's not so out of place.
Mhm.
But honestly, like I have very few complaints about it because everything else has just been so like I don't know, just I'm just like wanting this like hopeful anthemic sound from Dreamcatcher, and I got it. So I'm like, you know what? Like, that's a 1.5 is very good.
Mhm.
So I'm very pleased with it. Oh, another plus is that we didn't have the traditional Dami rap. So that's a plus. Usually Dami, I mean, I'm sure she's a great person, but like she's usually the worst part of the song, to be honest, of a Dreamcatcher song. And this time she just kind of like sang with people or like sang talk a little bit, and I was okay with that. It wasn't like of all the things to be jarring, it wasn't Dami's rapping. So I was like, okay, you know?
Mhm. That's true.
Yeah. So yeah, I think what do you think? I have talked a lot, so go for it.
I'm vastly less positive.
That's
We talked about this the
fair.
other day with T, right? But like,
We did.
yeah, the problem with this song, right, is it starts with such promise. It has this slappy bass, this like amazing instrumental coming into the song, and then it never comes back. And you're like, what happened to the slappy bass? It was so fun. And like, yeah, the sections thing is the big issue because like there's quite a lot to like here. Like there's really great vocals in this song. They sound amazing.
Mhm.
And like
Yes, they do.
chorus is, it's very, very like chat GPT make a Dreamcatcher chorus, but like it's still good. And like, Shion is an absolute fucking animal on the mic, like, of course. They have great vocals. They have like everyone gets their shine. Everyone gets to do a bit of everything, and everyone sounds good. But like this was like made in a lab, and they just tried to weld the sections together, and it just doesn't work. Like I don't know why this is becoming a trend where songs are fine and then they just grind to a halt as they're coming towards anything else. Like for me, that acousticy pre-chorusy section just ruins it all completely.
Okay.
Like I don't if I come to this song and I get this slappy bass, awesome, like semi-anime sounding rock intro, I'm like, okay, I'm on board. And then we get this slow, methodical, kind of subdued pre-chorus. And I'm like, why is this here? Like, I didn't sign up for this. And if I want that pre-chorus, then I don't want the slappy bass. Like, I don't want both at the same time. Like, maybe
That's
if
fair.
this was
That's
two
fair.
different songs, it would have worked, but with it being what it is, I'm just kind of disappointed. Probably largely because
Yeah.
everybody's talked up how good this song is, and then I listened to it and was like, what?
That's funny. I mean, I feel like those are just more like minor flaws for me, but I can see why you're like, oh, I want one or the other, but not both.
Yeah, I'm definitely
So you're
someone
wanting
that
something where
um
oh, sorry, go ahead.
yeah, sorry. I'm definitely someone that wants a cohesive song and someone that gets more bothered
Mhm.
by like dissonant sections than most. So
Yeah, that's
like
fair.
it makes sense that I like this less than everybody else, but it's a shame because there's so much good there.
Yeah, no, I see that. I think for me though, it's interesting because I think that at least for me, they're not out of the realm of the same song, or maybe even the same maybe it's more like same concept or same type of song because they both have that kind of like hopeful, or the sections have that same kind of hopeful feel, but one is just more subdued and the other one is more like punch you in the face with happiness. I don't know, but but yeah, no, I can see that. I think for me, it still sounds cohesive, although I think that the transition could have been better. It's just like because it's not like NMix or it's not like
It's
like
not
Espa
like
or something
that,
like
but
that.
it's sort of halfway there.
Yeah.
It's the fact that it feels
Um.
like, I don't know if it's true that the tempo stops or slows down when you get to the pre-chorus, but it feels like it does. And I really hate that.
Oh.
I really, really
Mhm.
hate that. I always hate that. Like, every
That's
time
fair.
anyone tries to slow down the song going into another point, I'm like, you just don't do that. That's just not how it works. Like, just stop. I really hate it. But
You're good.
this is going to be one of those songs, right, that pops up on these videos of people being like, oh, best songs. And they'll play one section and you'll be like, oh man, that was
Mhm.
good. And then you'll go back to listen to it and be
Mhm.
like, that was the issue.
Oh, I see. I see. I
Like,
see.
if
I
you
see.
cut out any of the sections other than the pre-chorus, they all sound
Mhm.
individually amazing. But then you put
Yeah.
them together and they just don't work.
Okay, that's fair. I disagree with you there, but yeah. I mean, I think maybe no. You know what? I mean, I think I agree with you, but to a way lesser extent,
Yeah.
because it doesn't break it too much for me. And honestly, Jiu falsetto and Sua falsetto. I'm down for it. We're good. But yeah, besides that, I mean, choreo's fun. They styled the girls really well this time, so I'm very pleased. Like Yuhyun, who knew I needed Yuhyun with short hair? She looks great. She looks great.
You could do anything to
Handong
Yukon and
looks
she'd look
great
great
with.
though.
That's true. That's true. Handong with the pink hair also looks great. Like they all look good. But yeah, so they look great. Choreo's nice. They of course are always really great at performing live. So, the performances of this has just been really great. So yeah, I mean, yeah,
Mhm.
everything besides the song, good. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's
Uh,
about it for
that's a rough thing to
this song.
say. Everything besides the song.
No, that's what I'm saying is everything. Talking about everything else beside the song, it's
Yeah.
also good because I like the song. So,
hmm
but yes, um,
I didn't love the
should
album either. I listened through it and nothing popped
okay,
out.
okay, well, that's fair. I actually liked it because I felt like each song. Let's see, how do I explain this? Within the song order, each song before and after had like there's through lines between the whole mini album, so that was nice.
Mm.
Like I think Bon Voyage first. I think Bon Voyage was first. Bon Voyage was first, I think. Oh, there was an intro, which was actually very good. Um, and then I think Bon Voyage. The best song I think on the album was Demian. Because that one's like, I guess if you're looking for something that's like more intense and doesn't have the like random pre-chorus cut, then you can listen to Demian because it has that kind of intensity throughout. So yeah, Demian is good. But then I think between Demian and Propose, they both have kind of this more like I guess harder side of Dreamcatcher, I suppose. And then Propose is interesting because it's like half hard style and half like more sentimental.
I can't let go. I'll cast a spell. I'll lose the curse, but I can get enough. Propose just before we die. Pull you into my kiss. Call me able. I'll show you love. I get what I want, but I can get enough. Propose with every touch. I feel the burn. Love so kind.
And so moving into the next like more slow songs, it's like it transitions to that side of the album well. So I thought it was pretty cohesive. Not everything was like the best Dreamcatcher B-sides ever, but as a mini album, it was a good project, in my opinion. So yeah,
Mm.
if I had to recommend any of them, I would say Demian first, and then Propose, and then yeah, they were good.
I think my view of Dreamcatcher albums is forever tainted by the fact that the one album was so good that now I'm like, if it's worse than that, I'm like, yeah, I'm not bother with it. Like, just, I was like,
That's fair.
why
That's
would I
fair.
bother
That
when I
album
have
is
that
so
album?
good.
Like, because I don't
That's
feel like their
true.
albums are different enough for me to be like, okay, yeah, I'll try all of them. Like,
Mm-hmm.
if I find one that I love, I'm just like, I'll stick with it. Cool.
That's fair. Yeah, no, that album is very good for sure, for sure. And the great thing is that one is a full album and it all manages to be good. So it's like no complaints.
And you know it's good because you still can't fucking find it in Korea. Woo. Believe me, I looked. It's not there. You can find all the ones since it, but it's not there.
Oh, for real? That's crazy.
Yeah. All the good ones sold out. Yeah.
Dang. Either that or they weren't in their height of their popularity yet, so maybe they just didn't produce as many albums. I don't know.
Who knows?
Interesting.
Either way,
Because I think for me,
you can't
generally
find
what happens is like the success of the past comeback is reflected in the next comeback. So like
it.
there's probably a lot of albums of like what was after that one? Boca?
요즘 그게 뭘까? Where is the love?
There's probably a lot of like Boca and like what was the one after that? Odd Eye.
like-
숨은 비밀을 봐 오달 더 깊이 빠져들어봐 봐 다갈 듯한 거칠한 달콤함이 가려져 경계를 넘어는 눈과 끝까지 맞서려는 절망 끝이 있지 않을까 First 여긴 찾던 곳이 아닌 걸 너무 utopia
Probably a lot of Odd Eye and
Because, or was
Boca.
that later?
Which one?
Because?
Cause I like you 눈에 가득한 별 나의 세레나데 천사 같은 날 불러 사랑한단 말 없이 Cause I love you Forever love 숨결까지 나 Forever love Cause I love you 숨결까지 나
Because was after too. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's probably a lot of that one too. Okay, I can see that.
Ever since like that one album, their like eras have kind of faded together for me.
That's fair. Because it was not very standout, to be honest, but it was like a short special album, quote unquote.
Mm.
Yeah. There are some good B-sides on that one, though. Thinking about that one.
Oh, okay.
It's like a random. There's like a random like EDM song called "Can't Get You Out of My Mind."
Can't get you out of my mind I can't get you out of my mind It's getting too stronger My feelings for you I can't get you out of my mind I'm trying to be patient Don't want you to rush Just can't get you out of my mind
That is really good.
I do remember that one. It's like a Cascada song.
It basically is, but with Dreamcatcher vocals. So I'm like, I'm down. Let's go.
Yeah.
Why is this on a Dreamcatcher? I don't know, but I'm
And then
down.
why is it not a
so.
Eurovision? I have no idea. But it's not.
Yeah, that
somehow.
works too. It's not. It's on a Dreamcatcher album. It's actually pretty good.
It is.
So yeah, that one's good.
But yes.
Um,
Away from Dreamcatcher, you have another topic?
yes. Yes. You have to help me out on this, man.
Some of those shots from that Dreamcatcher MV really looking like they're out of a low budget B movie. And what would you be if you were in that? You'd be a movie star, just like Mijoo.
Oh my god.
That was atrocious. But to be honest, though, right, that shot of her jumping out of the explosion in the Dreamcatcher music video, like, come on.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
Appalling.
Hey, you know what? I asked you for the help, so I can't criticize too much. All right? 'Cause I can
Cursed
come up with
monkey
anything.
paw style help.
But you know what? It works. It works.
Yeah.
We'll go with that. Yeah. My second song is Mijoo's Movie Star.
Yes, here we go.
살짝 겁이 나 뭔가 다른 날 낯선 예감 반짝거리는 사람들 속에서 나를 본 것 같아 Maybe I think of you 늘 지금처럼만 있었죠 원했던 결말은 이젠 더 필요 없어 새로운 날 scenario Acting like a movie star 거울 속에 비친 난 진짜처럼 보였나 눈을 뜨면 켜지는 조명 아래 조금씩 조금씩 모든 게 변해가 춤을 추면 영화 속 장면처럼 진짜처럼 보였나 모두가 나를 봐 다시 태어난 기분 뭔가 달라진 걸까 초라한 시간들 바이바이 화려한 지금의 나 속에 비친 넌 진짜처럼 보였나 눈을 뜨면 꺼지는 조명 조금씩 조금씩 모든 게 변해가 숨을 쉬면 영화 속 장면처럼 진짜처럼 보였나 Act like a movie star, feel like a movie star 진짜처럼 보였나 Act like a movie star, feel like a movie star 진짜처럼 보일까
Okay, Accio. Has Mijoo got you feeling like a movie star?
I don't know about me feeling like a movie star, but she feels like a movie star. Yeah, no, I liked it. I think, like, unsurprisingly, I am a really big sucker for these kinds of like dance songs. Like, I don't know, like, I am a huge fan of Chungha, and I love Eunbi. So it's not really a surprise that this kind of song, which is like in that same-ish realm, is like I'm down. It's like interesting because it's kind of like that kind of dance track, but with like a little bit of like whimsy, which is not surprising because it came from Lovelyz. So I'm like, okay, that kind of like makes sense for like how she's trying to style herself. I really love just that beginning, like, it's not even strings. I don't know. There's like a beginning riff.
Yeah, it's
that
like
starts it off.
pizzicato-y strings, like harpy type goodness.
Yeah, and I think it's just so like it's so like lovely. I don't know. So yeah, I like that. And I like that same motif, I guess, or that same kind of like rhythm structure is used in the chorus too, but just like more jazzed up in a dance way. So that's really cool that they use that same musical motif. And then yeah, I don't really have any issues with like Mijoo's in general. Like she's like charismatic enough. I think like would have been nice. I think with this song, I think it would have been nice to have to turn it up to like. I mean, I think right now maybe in terms of not intensity, but maybe just like a little more juice, a little more movie star pizzazz. I think it would have been nice to turn it up to maybe like I mean, she's right now like maybe like an 8 or 9. Maybe turn it up to like a 9 or 10. Just to, like, yeah, I think the verses especially could have used a little bit more like I don't know, oomph, I guess, if that makes sense. But yeah, I mean, I think she definitely can carry herself in terms of solo. Like I think with Dreamcatcher, I think I like the Dreamcatcher song a little bit better because I just like that more hopeful, intense vibe. So, like, whereas with Dreamcatcher, I would have rated that one to be like a 1.5. This one is a true 2. Like, I'm like, okay, I like this a lot, but it's not like approaching 1 territory. So yeah, or maybe even like a 2.5 where it's like, this is very refreshing. This is nice. But it's not like I am like, wow, this is amazing. I will say the chorus, like, for some reason has just been stuck in my head for the past 2 days or something. So, I mean, it's doing something right where I'm just like, yeah, I'm down, like, living like a movie star, I'm down for that. But, like, yeah, so I think it's good. Yeah, I think it's just very, like, for me, it's very, like, in my wheelhouse. So I'm like, of course I would like it. But yeah, those are the main things I like about it. Just like Mijoo as a person, she's cool. Yeah. I think what would have been nice. Actually, what might have been nice is that there was more. The song might have been nicer if it perhaps showed a bit more of her personality because she has a lot.
Yeah.
She has a big personality. So I wonder if that would have been a better route to go down. But the song by itself is very pretty and it suits her voice well. So yeah. What did you think?
See, this should be like completely my cup of tea as well. This is like, I'm always moaning that we need more strings in K-pop, and we finally got some here. But it just feels like there's something lacking in this song. Like, I don't think it's unfair to say that Mijoo is not the strongest vocalist, and they don't really give her any support in that capacity. Like,
That's fine.
when you have like a not top tier vocalist, you need to help them out with layers and harmonies, and there's just not that much there. So it ends up sounding really flat for like a lot of the song.
Yeah, no, I can see that.
Like there's just not much happening. The energy levels at like a 2. Like I'm just sat here like, when am I supposed to care? Like, I'm very bored
Yeah, that's fair.
throughout a lot of this, which is really annoying because I like Mijoo. I think she's awesome and she's such a personality. But this is like the most like, what would I say? Like, it just lacks any personality. It's so like made in a lab, you know? Like, there's just like no fun to it at all. It's I don't know, man. It's just something like clinical and not fun about it.
Yeah, I can see that.
It just feels so dead to me for much of the song, and then it has the stupid fucking like, oh, here we go. We didn't actually design a way to get into the chorus, so have random bass for like one line, and then we're back to the song. Like, what was that all about? It doesn't fit at all. And like, I'm not going to harp on the Scotch snaps like I always do, but you know I don't like those. But I was like, yeah, whatever.
Yep.
As long as you dress it up okay, it can work. But they did not dress it up okay.
Yeah.
So
That's fair. That's fair.
yeah, I'm just very sadly disappointed about this song because I was really hoping that Mijoo would come out with something great, and she just hasn't. Like,
yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair.
Especially
no,
like coming from Antenna as well. Like, they have so much like amazing jazzy pedigree, and they just brought none of it.
Yeah, that's true. Because she's not even with Woollim anymore, so it's interesting.
Antenna, like her label come out with the juiciest Christmas songs as well. Like, I was expecting something like those, like these beautifully like orchestrated like jazz masterpieces, and then it's like the most nothing pop song ever that she ends up coming out with.
Well, I wonder if that's part of the reason why is because you're right, like she never was the strongest like vocalist in Lovelyz, and that's not her job either, right? That's fine. She doesn't have to be. But I wonder if they were like, we may not be able to give her this like huge orchestrated thing if her vocals can't carry it. So I don't know. Maybe they were like, we can kind of disguise it better with the song, which I agree with you, and I feel like they didn't necessarily do a great job of that.
Yeah.
But I wonder if that was like the original concept of being like, let's go for something, because like, luckily for dance songs, a lot of times your voice doesn't have to be the greatest because you can kind of cover it with layers. I would say that like it's not like it's like totally like devoid of personality, because again, I think there's that whimsy in it, but it's just not enough. It's just kind of like
the instrumental is okay on its own, but then when you add her like deadened produced vocals to it, it's like, oh
yeah,
it's just
I agree with you.
Really
it's kind of like a pale imitation of what it could have been. So I do agree with you there. Like, so it's not like
I know I'm not going to be surprising. I'm not going to be surprising anyone by saying this, but you know how I love Brave Sound and how he like weaves layers of vocals together to make people that can't sing that well sound like they can sing really well. Could have done some of that. That's all I'm saying. Like,
that's true. No, you're not wrong. There's a way to do it, because otherwise, like right now, her voice sounds so thin.
Yeah. So it never changes energy level.
I don't disagree with you. I think maybe what might have been better for her like debut was to do something that's more like quirky, I guess, or something that's more like kind of odd.
That's the thing,
because then
like if you don't have amazing vocals, you need to have like standout bits of a song to make it sound like you're good. Like like maybe it would have been like a weird line or something, or like a crazy dance break. You need to have something that makes it stand out, because as it is, nothing stands out.
That's fair, because like I think Mijoo had a dance position when she was in Lovelyz, and she doesn't particularly show that particularly well. So honestly, like with the dance genre, like what's great is when you have like everything. Like with Chungha, I feel like that's the case, right? She has really good vocals, she's a good dancer, and they showcase that in her songs.
Yeah.
And then typically, not always, right? But typically, Chungha songs are pretty well produced. Whereas like, so I think like that's the best case scenario of like a dance genre. But unfortunately here, like none of those things do well to showcase Mijoo. Like, like nothing from her personality, nothing from her vocals, nothing from her like she's a pretty good dancer. So kind of like, okay, interesting.
It's like particularly frustrating to me because in the years since Lovelyz have been a thing, she's become such a big deal because of her personality. And like there is no attempt to even like slightly incorporate that into this song or music video, like almost at all. I know that it's like the whole everywhere she goes becomes like a catwalk or whatever is like the idea.
Mhm.
But also,
Yeah.
like, this is such a bland music video and such a bland dance.
Yeah.
And yeah, she looks great, but like, she always looks great. That's not surprising.
Mhm.
But
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
everything to do with the musical aspect is just so lacking, and I'm very surprised that Antenna have put out something this lacking for a solo
Yeah.
debut.
I think that I think it's this. I think the thing is, I think what's frustrating for me is I think that I like the song, but I think that and the reason why I like it is I think there's something there, but I think it just wasn't quite fully developed, which is why I'm like, dang. Because I mean, maybe for me, a lot of people don't like the musical concept. I like it. I think it could have done well for Mijoo potentially. But then if not, maybe something like a quirky concept would have done well for her because then she can showcase her personality in the song too.
Yeah, even if they were just going to
So
have
yeah.
like little ad-libbed lines or whatever that she could have done here, it would have done something. There's just like nothing. It's played so straight.
Yeah, it's true.
And I feel like if you got someone like
Um,
Mijoo who is so popular because she's like out there as a personality, can't do that. Playing it straight
Yeah,
isn't going to do
that's
her
true.
any good at all, really.
Yeah,
You
it's
play
true.
it straight
Because
if the person that you're debuting has like unreal levels of technical talent, which,
hmm
with all due respect, Mijoo is not there in singing. In dancing,
Yeah,
maybe,
no, that's
but
fair.
in singing, she's not there. Like, she's not a chunga. So
No, you're right.
don't give her a song that requires someone as good as chunga to make it sound good. Like,
Yeah, no,
not
you're not
working.
wrong. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Yeah, they could have done something I don't know. What else could they have done? They could have done.
I would have liked something more colourful and with more like
Yeah,
personality to
I
it.
could see that. Something odd, yeah. Something maybe it's like Keejan's Vivid or something like that. Because that
Yeah.
doesn't require anything too crazy,
Also
but it has
uses
a lot
some
of
of the
personality.
like pedigree of the label as well. If you do something in that style. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. For sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure what I wanted from her.
Yeah.
I guess I wanted something colourful and dancey, which we didn't really get. So
Yeah. Uh-huh. Colorful would have been really good for her because then that way. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
maybe with like a
See,
hit,
I think
with
the other
like an
thing is.
edge of comedy, but there was none of that here.
Yeah, no,
Because
that
she's
actually would
known
have
for
been
the
really
comedy.
good.
That's why we love her.
hmm That would have been actually really, really smart, actually, because then you can be like, remember, this is the reason why you like her.
Yeah.
And she happens to be a singer, but she's also very funny and has a big personality. There you go, you know?
It could have gone huge
So
if
yeah, I
there
think
was
that would
like
have been
one
good.
little throwaway gag line that she had or something in a song.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I agree with that.
Yeah. Just
Um,
a lot of missed potential, really. But it's not the worst
yeah,
song ever. It's just so dry.
it's not. There's something there, at least for me. I just think that, yeah, they could have juiced it up. So, but
Definitely.
yeah. All right. Well, I think that's all I have to say about the song. So good luck to
Okey-dokey.
Mijoo. Hopefully they give her better stuff in the future.
Mhm.
But she's doing well for herself. She's on Weekly Idol now. Killing it, doing great things.
Yeah.
So
With our boy
good for
Antoine.
her. Yeah. Woo! Silver Light.
Woohoo.
Such a good combo. Yeah, I was watching the Dreamcatcher episode actually this week, and they're really good hosts. So I'm like, oh, I'm glad they chose really well. So
Good stuff. I watched like the first episode of them being hosts together, and it was a little bit of teething problems, but I'm sure they're over them now. They're both individually
fair.
hilarious, so like all they need to do is build chemistry, which doesn't take long with people like that.
Yeah. No, they're doing well now. So I'm like, all right,
Excellent.
that's good.
Glad to hear it.
So yeah.
But yes, that'll be it, I guess, on Mijoo. So I'll say bye bye to Accio.
Oh yes. Can I quickly shout out some songs?
Yes, please do.
quickly? Cool. All right. So, I have a few things. Ian just sent this to me, but I actually saved it earlier, so it's like, all right. But there is this band called it's either 9001 or 9001. Anyway, 9001. And hold on, I'm sorry. For some reason I'm like scrolling past it because I'm looking. Okay, it's called Upside Down.
regret that I can't help myself.
It came out about 3 weeks ago, and there's only 3K views on it, but their band is
Oof.
really good. I think we recommended it to Granger a few weeks ago. But yeah, that song's good. Just came out. Please watch it because it's criminally underrated, as are they. I didn't bring it on because there's not really a video, but Kim Arum, who is like Korea city pop, K city pop queen, besides
We love
Yukika,
her.
came out with a song called Something.
말로는 설명할 수 없을 것 같아. 순간이 어리석게 아플지 몰라. 친구도 아닌 우리 사이 적당한 거리를 유지해. 눈이 아닌 우리가 될 수 있게.
And she also added another pre-release called, I think, Beautiful City, which is also very good. So please listen to both of those. And then a album recommendation. Not K-pop, but
Ooh.
this is an artist called No Disco, and the album is called Who Knew I'd Write Songs About You. So all of those are good. Yeah, I think best song on that album is Thoughts from Your Car. So yeah,
Okay.
all of those are good.
Sounds good.
Oh, sorry, Moonlight in My Bedroom is the best one. My bad.
Oh,
But Thoughts from
okay.
Your Car is also good.
Sure. We'll see if we can edit it in.
But yeah, those are all good. Yeah, it's more dancey, disco-y, even though it's called No Disco. I don't know. Not disco-y, I guess more dancey. So
Fair enough.
yeah, that was very fun. But yes, that is it for me.
Fantastic. Have a great rest of your day, Accio.
Thank you. Have a good rest of your day.
Thank you. I'll try.
You
We'll see
have
how
pe-
it goes
You
with
have
my
at
current
least
coolers.
people to look forward to, right? You have people, maybe not songs, but people to look forward
Yeah,
to.
true,
So
true. We'll see how
there
it
you
goes.
go.
But yeah, I'll talk to you later, Accio. See you later.
All right. Bonvoyage.
Bon voyage, indeed. My next caller is the lovely Alex. Let's see if he can bring up the mood from my criticisms of the first two songs. Let's get him in now. Here we go. Hello, Alex. How are you doing?
Hello, I'm okay.
Excellent. You feeling like a movie star? I'm just gonna ask everybody that now.
No, probably not.
Fair enough. Oh gosh. Are you feeling instead like a yellow circle? God.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, yeah, you guys were talking about the weather earlier. It's like the stillest circle is the cause of all the pollen and allergies and clouding my senses and all that.
Okay. You've also got sun and you've now also got pollen. fun.
Yeah. But yeah.
I guess we talk about whether this yellow circle gives us allergies.
Yeah, this song is the Starship's newest installment in their like collaborations with beverage companies.
Oh, of
And
course, in the long
yeah,
line.
this time it's Lipton.
Oh,
So yeah, and it's with Joe Yuri and actress Chae Soobin. So
okay.
yeah, let's see how this stacks up.
It's got stiff competition. Here we go. Yellow circle.
빛이 빛 태양 아래서 너와 함께인 기분 I cannot compare. Let's have some tea time 지금 우리 기분을 drink this vibe. I should have been keeping only to myself. 네가 너무 좋아 짜릿하게 wanting. Cause you are shining. I'm starting to feel like 저 바다에 비친 just like that yellow circle. Hey, your words make me feel so heavily tonight. 두 팔이 나를 감싸는 때 you almost make me feel like I'm the yellow circle. 넌 항상 나의 곁에서 sunshine like this. It's your eyes looking at me lovely tonight. 심장이 빠르게 뛰게 할 때 you almost make me feel like I'm that yellow circle. 넌 언제까지나 you'll be sunshine like this. You are shiny, you are shining like this, so shiny. You are shining not like this, so shiny. You are so shining like this, so shining not like this, sunshine. 마지막인 것처럼 사랑하는 듯이 난 널 놓치지 않게 결심해서 말을 정리하고 날 진심을 전해, babe. Did I love you like that? 세상 끝에서도, baby, yeah. I should have been keeping only to myself. 네가 너무 좋아 짜릿하게 wanting. Cause you are shining. I'm starting to feel like 저 바다에 비친 just like that yellow circle. Hey, your words make me feel so heavily tonight. 두 팔이 나를 감싸는 때 you almost make me feel like I'm the yellow circle. 넌 항상 나의 곁에서 sunshine like this. It's your eyes looking at me lovely tonight. 심장이 빠르게 뛰게 할 때 you almost make me feel like I'm that yellow circle. 넌 언제까지나 you'll be sunshine like this. You are shiny, you are shining like this, so shiny. You are shining not like this, so shiny. You are so shining like this, so shining not like this, sunshine.
Okay, Alex. Are you so shining like this?
Yeah, I would say yes for this one. Yeah, it's nice. Got a nice instrumental I can like bob my head to. Pretty easy to get into. Like Joe Yuri, she doesn't have my favorite voice type or tone like necessarily, but so yeah, I'm happy they like brought in that other girl to like kind of balance it out. And then but in the second verse, Joe Yuri's like the way she sung that was I like that, pretty smooth. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, overall, yeah, just pleasant song. What do you think?
This song ain't for me. It's like I don't know what happened since Eyes One, but Yuri has just sounded not good since Eyes One to me, which is frustrating because I loved her voice in Eyes One, and then ever since she's been doing solo stuff, it's like she's had like a no belt clause or something in her contract where we can't hear her go at it anymore. It's just really sad. And
Mm-hmm.
like the vocal production here, there's like some pretty bad auto-tune moments, which I'm not all about. I don't know.
For
It's
both of
just
them, or the
yeah, for both of them.
actress.
Mostly
Yeah.
for the actress, but for both of them. It's just like some really blatant like auto-tuney moments, and yeah, just not feeling it. Doesn't really do much for me. I feel like I'm the same as Moose here. I feel like I have more to say about Lipton tea than the song.
Yeah, go into it. I don't really drink tea, so
Well, Lipton tea is not the kind of tea that we drink here in the UK, so even though I probably have more to say about the tea than the song, there's still not much to say. It's just sugar water with a flavor in it. It's like, yeah, not all that. But yeah, I guess I think that the issue here is that they have such pedigree at Starship with songs for beverages. This does not stack up to the Gatorade advert, Move Like This.
So let's just keep on moving. 순간을 잠시 잊은 채로. Yeah, we move like this, yeah. 온몸이 너를 끄는 대로. Yeah, we move like this, yeah.
This doesn't stack up to the Coke Zero, what the fuck was that one called again? Attitude Zero?
It's real me. 낯설겠지. 너도 알게 될 거야. 지금은 내 모습은 zero. 예전에 나는 지워. I'm gonna shake it up, better shake it up. Attitude, I got new attitude. I got new attitude. I got new attitude. Attitude, zero's new attitude. Zero's new attitude. I got new attitude.
Doesn't stack up to
yes.
that.
Mhm.
Even the Pepsi songs they've done are better than this.
It's like taste it, 즐겨볼까? Don't be afraid, 불태워볼까? 멋진 세상에 뛰어들어봐. Everywhere, everyday, 상쾌하게, 유쾌하게. We're so dangerous.
Bow wow, 시원하게 즐겨 taste of Korea.
We're so dangerous. We're so dangerous.
It's pretty low tier for the beverage songs, I think.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'd put the Pepsi one first, then the Coke or Pepsi Zero or Pepsi Zero. Were those different?
Max, right?
Yeah. The Pepsi one, then the Zero Attitude,
Mhm.
then I'd put this one third, and then the Gatorade last.
I'd probably put Gatorade first. Move Like This was a banger. I love that song. But yeah, much like Lipton iced tea, this song just passes and leaves no impression on me. Which is rough to say, but yeah, it's just I think it's too chilled out and there's like not enough variation in vocal delivery. I feel like it's the same as the Mijoo one in that way where I'm just like, yeah, could be up it a gear maybe, and it never does. But yeah.
Mhm.
I suppose it could have been worse. This actress girl doesn't sing too badly, which is nice, but yeah, it's just a summer CF song with not a lot to say, really. I think.
Yeah.
Oh god, yeah, Accio's right. The title for best beverage song definitely is contested with "Relax Moment" by Suran for a beer. That was really good. I like that song a lot.
나의 하루 so cool. 보라색 밤이야. 선선한 달달한 이 언덕을 좋아해. Your smile. Yeah, the way you tell me. 점점 스며들어와. My eyes.
Beer song better than tea song. Whoever would have seen it coming?
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I know that one. I'll have to check that out.
We'll edit it in. It's fine.
Yeah.
Chunga, be yourself for Sprite. I don't remember that one. I guess I'll have to edit that one in as well.
Be yourself 투명하게 보여줘 한 가지 색으론 설명할 순 없어 어떤 모습도 be okay like it Get it right, keep it low 원하는 넌 be yourself 있는 그대로 너를 보여주려 Just be yourself, yeah.
There's a surprising number of beverage songs in Korea, aren't there? Just an unbelievable number. But yeah, I don't think this one's for me. But yeah, you got any
Yep.
shout outs, Alex? You got anything you want to recommend?
That Jew Honey song was pretty good.
Say that you love me. Stay and just love me. Without you, I'm nothing. 내 모든 것을 I will give my all. Because I'm burning but an open. 춤을 추는 놈들. Fly away, 다시 날아 위로. You know my way, 'cause nobody can take it. Feel my freedom, feel my freedom, freedom. Feel my rhythm, feel my rhythm, rhythm. Feel my freedom, feel my freedom, freedom. Feel my rhythm, feel my rhythm, rhythm.
Yeah, I like that one. Yeah, there are a lot of releases lately that were pretty good. I kind of been in like a rut, I guess. I don't know. I think the allergies like just clouding my. Yeah, I haven't really been connecting with too many songs lately, but it's getting a little better.
Fair enough. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think last
and
few
then,
weeks have been a bit of an uptick, at least for a bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then last I guess Red Velvet Yuri is having her new drama's coming out soon, so check that out if you want and support.
Cool. What's it called? If you remember.
It's like Bitch and Rich, something like that.
Okay, sounds fun.
Yeah.
We'll give that a go.
Yeah, she plays like a I don't know the whole plot, but yeah, she plays like a wealthy like student or something.
No, sounds good. Sounds good. So yeah, check that out then. Bitch or rich, sounds good. But yeah, thank you for calling in, Alex. I guess I'll let you get going and let you go and tend to those allergies. Oh, rough.
Yep. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, good luck with it, and talk to you later. My next caller is the one man still trying to pull boy groups to the forefront in a girl group dominated group of people that is this podcast. It's of course Ian, and because Discord hates him, I have to go into the waiting room, so I will do that now. Hello, Ian. Are you feeling very, very hyped? You are still muted, by the way.
Sorry. Discord was deciding that my phone had no audio output for a minute there.
Gosh.
But we're good. You know, it finds a new way to hate me every time.
It just did another one. There you go. He's gone.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay.
But for how long?
Let's see. Let's see if the input is being not over the earbuds then. What are we doing in Discord?
Oh, this is going great.
Well, I'll just hold this here. Can you hear me fine here?
Yeah?
Okay. Sure. Discord,
Is it like a push to talk issue, or is it something else?
No, because I'm not on push to talk.
Okay,
So
I was going to say.
Okay, I just deafened myself. Wasn't gonna fix anything, obviously. I'm just seeing what the buttons do again. But weird. Whatever. You know what Discord does? Discord drives me crazy.
Like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Boom.
And
Boom.
that being said, I will be talking about a song called Crazy Like That by, of course, very, very We've talked about them a lot. Let's do this.
Yep, here we go. 3, 2, 1, nipple. Let's go.
I can't control 저 어둠 속의 spotlight 서로의 심장 소리가 들려 끝없이 상상해왔었던 highlight 간절한 숨소리가 feel alive 끝도 없이 달려는 숨이 막혀 그 의심은 get out of my sight 끝까지 다 불태워 떨림은 higher 더 높이 뛰어 we go up we keep on running 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 crazy like that we can match it 듯나 달려 crazy like that we keep on burning 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 crazy like that 깊은 곳에 fire 달아올라 더 like crazy we keep on running 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 crazy like that we keep on burning 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 crazy like that I can feel it 따뜻한 저기 starlight 우릴 밝히는 소리가 들려 눈앞에 펼쳐지는 new paradigm 커지는 심장 소리는 feel alive 겁도 없이 달려 내 틀에 갇혀 그 시선은 get out of my sight 거칠게 날 다뤄 끝까지 날 태워 더 높이 we will burning up we keep on running 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 crazy like that we can 미친 듯나 달려 crazy like that we keep on burning 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 crazy like that 깊은 곳에 fire 달아올라 더 like crazy 우릴 위한 time to light 불씨를 밝혀 wake me up 날아올라 더 higher like crazy burn it up we'll keep on loving 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 yourself like that 터질 듯한 breathing 더 달려 crazy like that keep on running 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 crazy like that 쉴 틈 없이 달려 미친 듯이 like a fire keep on loving 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 yourself 터질 듯한 breathing 더 달려 crazy like that we keep on running 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 crazy like that 쉴 틈 없이 달려 미친 듯이 like a fire let me love you like that let me love you like that let me love you like that oh
Okay, Ian. Did this song drive you crazy like that?
Not surprisingly, I think I'm the only one that likes this, but that's actually a story in and of itself in a way, though. Because it's not like I've been getting them a free pass lately in terms of yelling at them about the music. But first, can you believe that friend of the pod, Strong Dragon, wrote this? Because I can't.
No. Because I expect better of Strong Dragon. I expect something at least of interest. This is so dead. Like, what is this? I expect to be offended, but in like a good way by Strong Dragon. Like,
yeah,
in a way that forces me to keep pay attention. Which, yeah, nah.
Yeah, cue obligatory GBTV remix. Or one of their B-sides called Numbness.
Ooh,
They were
okay.
really just strong dragon in your face. The second one is on my playlist because it almost works. It doesn't, but it wasn't that bad. I'm not gonna go down that hole. Neither of those songs are from this time. They're from a while ago. Um, yeah, I mean, I agree with the criticisms of this song, so I'll put that foot out there first. I'll start with what I like, and then I'll get into things, and I'll talk about why I do like this song. But I'll go through stuff, and I'm sure you have a lot to complain about.
You bet.
So, I mean, obviously, I like this group. This is not a song that's going to pull me back from the fatalism I have been in for a while with them because it's not enough, right? Like, again, I like it, but I'm not gonna celebrate it all that much or anything. The things that I find particularly that I enjoy in the song, I think the chorus is quite catchy and not in a way that bothers me, which is a fine line sometimes, especially with songs that I've been hearing lately. Like I feel like this easily could have gotten the super repetitive, like girl group path that has been a thing lately, like NMIX or even some like the listener film songs and stuff like that have been pretty in that space, I feel like. But instead it works for me. They also definitely suckered me in too well with the teasers, which I never watch, but I watch them for them because I get too worried about wondering if it's going to be horrible ahead of time. And they just chose bits of the chorus for that.
I always perk up a
So-
little bit when you like, I've seen the teasers and I'm scared.
Yeah. And I wasn't scared this time. I thought it might be bland or like that it wouldn't be quite right based on the teasers. So, I guess that's an improvement based on past experience, but yeah. I also think, and I know you made faces, so I'm curious to hear what you say when you talk about it. But I know all of their voices very well, of course, and I hear all of them very well in this song, which I do appreciate. Particularly, yeah, you made a face to that. I like in the past, the only other song of theirs that I have or title of theirs that I've not really had a problem with as much so recently was O early last year. But to me, I categorize that song not as a Verivery song because for the past the first verse, you can't hear them really much. So it just sounds like any group. So I kind of it's nice, but again, I'm sure you have a comment to say on the vocal production that I'm not noticing. But again, I do hear their timbres come through quite well. So there is a variety there that would be. This song would be really boring if there wasn't that variety. And there's no rap. I don't know if you didn't notice, there is that bad bit at the end of the chorus, but there is no rap. Which, if they carry that into a better song, would be awesome. Because their rappers can actually do the little singing bits decently well. And it gives some more variety. But, yeah. Complaints, I share the complaint that everyone else does. This song feels empty. There's literally basically no backing track on this song. It's just percussion. It's not bad percussion. I'm not angry at the percussion. It just needs something else to fill in that space a little bit. Though it could be a lot worse if they're all singing quite low in their registers, I feel like, for most of this song, which fills in that space a little bit better than, say, the Drippin' song that I roasted about the same thing a little while ago. That also had horrible auto-tune on it, so there were other problems there as well. But I think they're down a little lower in their range, so it at least doesn't feel as empty. It still feels empty, but it kind of works. Yeah, there were a couple of comments that Swither just said the whole thing feels shy. I get that. The comment I particularly was Moose's, that it feels like there's energy in the music video and nothing else. Yeah, I don't know what the whole concept is for this because I don't understand it. Because this song is, again, I like the song. It's on my playlist. I've been listening to it quite a bit because I think the chorus is catchy, and not in a way that I was listening to Tap Tap last year because that song is bad. The song's just disappointing because I do think it's like it doesn't have the glaring faults. It's just missing things more so, if that makes sense.
It's not that
I guess
what's there is bad. It's that there's nothing good there. Like it's absence of good. It's absence of good rather than presence of bad.
I wouldn't go that far. I would say it's missing elements to make it a lot better. Like again, it being so empty sounding. Because the catchiness of the chorus, for some reason, does get me through it. Although, still, it's like, yeah, if it was a group that I didn't... I mean, it would probably still make our playlist, even if it was a group that I didn't like all that much. But, it wouldn't get the plays. I know you shook your head at that.
I don't believe you, buddy. I don't believe you.
You don't
People
believe
already
me?
put this out, you ain't fucking listen to it. Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
Okay.
I don't believe you one bit.
I don't know.
This is not a song that will get you to notice a group in any way, shape, or form.
I'm not saying it's a song that gets you to notice a group, but remember, I listened through basically every new title track release in the chorus, and I think this chorus would have been something that would have made me go listen to this song. Again, I don't think it would get a lot of plays for me, possibly, but I also haven't listened to any new music in a month and a half, so I think that is contributing as well.
I would explain.
That's for other reasons. Again, I see positive steps in this for them, given what their output was last year, excluding O, which again didn't really sound like a song from them. And their output for a while. This doesn't have the things that offend that they've had in every single title track since. I guess the last one that didn't have the problems was Thunder, way back in 2020. So,
been some time.
Yay? Question mark. But it is getting to the point where it's like I like the dudes and I like the stuff they do, but like they need to put out something better. Even if I do like the song. Okay, go to town on it, Diggy, because I know you're mad at it.
Look, all right. These verses are what we're thinking of when we say 4th gen vocal production. This is like the most archetypal, crushed voice, nothing sounding bullshit you've ever heard in your life. Like, this is egregious. I'm sorry, there's no way around it. It's egregious.
I just don't hear it that much on this song.
You need headphones then, buddy. It's like so evident. It's so bad. Like, oh, it's so bad. And like the beat that it has is fine, but then there's nothing else. Like at all.
No, I definitely agree on that.
It just feels like they like half made the song and were like, that'll do. It's just kind of like, fuck it, we haven't got any time, just put it out, it's fine, whatever. Like it's so nothing. It's so absolutely nothing. I was offended by Tap Tap. This just wasted my fucking time. Tap Tap has way more good in it than this does, and that feels weird to say.
That
because
was
Tap
the
Tap
word.
is fucking terrible. But this is like, I would probably rather listen to Tap Tap than this, because this is like,
Interesting. Okay.
this is like so. I mean, I could fall asleep listening to this and not even know what was going on. It's like
That's fair.
absolutely void of nothingness, complete absence of anything worth my time. It's just
I get
wow.
that.
It's borderline chill beats to study and knit to.
That's not wrong.
That's the best thing you can say about it, really. Like, it's just rough.
Yeah, it's a lot of weird choices. I do agree. Again, I very much am cognizant in the fact that like I can't tell how much I actually like the song versus it's like I want to like a song from them again.
I very
It's a
much
title
think
track.
it's a huge bias of wanting to like something from them.
Yeah. We'll see.
Because even
like
when
Tap
you're
Tap,
like praising it, you're like, but this isn't very good, but also this isn't very good, but also it doesn't have this. And I'm like, yeah, you don't actually like this, you just like very, very. Like, it's fine to say that, you know? Like,
no, I mean, but I do like the chorus. I do think the chorus is catchy. That's kind of the thing.
I just don't think it does
I
anything interesting, even in the chorus.
I don't know. The chorus is catchy to me right now. We'll see how long it lives in the repeat list because Tap Tap lasted incredibly short on that. Like once,
Yeah.
like I feel like after I called in about it on the show, it was like a week longer, and then it was done for because something slightly better came out.
I would anticipate this would be similar, if not worse.
Yeah, and plus I will not be listening to much music probably for the next bit just because I don't have reasons to listen to music. So yeah, I and the thing is I agree with like all the criticisms. I would still place this above Tap Tap just because of the butchering of songwriting that song is.
Yeah. Tap Tap's more
I would even
offensive, but this is more
I
like
would even place
pointless.
it. I get that, but I would even place it like above Undercover as well, just because that song was so just. That song wasn't nothingness, but it was nothingness in a different way. It was nothingness as in it's just boy group machine 10,000 versus this is empty song 10,000.
Yeah.
So
I want to give them credit for this not sounding like everything else, but there's a reason this doesn't sound like everything else.
yeah,
Because it doesn't sound
That's, I
good.
think-
Like, oh.
that's I think one of the few redeeming factors of it is that it doesn't sound like everything else. But
Yeah, but that's for a very good
yeah,
reason.
I don't know if that's actually a good thing in this case. Because it's just thinking about like when I was flu today. I listened to this after I listened to. I think I did a play of Sweet Juice or something, and just the contrast of how full that song is versus this one is something for sure.
Yeah.
And it's just like there is a huge gulf there, obviously.
More than anything else, I'm disappointed in Strong Dragon. I've been going to bat for this guy, being like, yes, he makes bad songs, but there's potential there. And then he comes out with his shit. Like, come on, man, offend me,
I mean,
please.
maybe it's the second dude's fault because the second dude has a really bad record for the most part.
Oh joy!
With this song, I can't remember what other stuff they did, but it's a lot of stuff that's just like, eh. Unless Strong Dragon, like, let me just make sure.
It is Strong Dragon. I'm pretty sure. I remember you saying it was Strong.
I know it has Strong Dragon. I'm just making sure because I know there's a second person on the B side. Oh yeah, there's some random person named Nicole.
Sure.
Nicole. Let's see if anything comes up.
Just Nicole.
She's done rock stuff before.
Oh.
Nicole Tim.
Who's she produced for?
I don't know if she's produced for many K-pop artists before.
So what rock stuff has she done?
I don't know.
Huh.
I don't see people cite anything for her. Like I Google her, and the only thing that comes up is this song.
Oh yay.
So if it would have been rock, I would have been happy. But it's just, yeah. Again, I do like the chorus, but there's only so much talking about the song I can do. Like, and I'll go listen to the verses to see what you mean. I think I can't tell if it's that I'm not noticing it, or if it's that I think you also might be noticing it more, because a couple of people, when you made faces, are people whose voices also sound like that to begin with, because they're not vocalists.
No, because they sound fine in their good songs. But in this,
Yeah, but they
sound
sing
like
a lot
shit.
more in this one, is the thing.
Yeah, but
So,
like, even if you were talking, you'd be able to pick out the 4th gen production. It's so easily noticeable and so crap. Like, my ears trained for that shit now with all of these fucking garbage songs with terrible production. I'm so used to it.
yeah, I guess I just don't notice it as much. I notice the bad fortune auto tune, but I guess this is the vocal production thing, which I've never been as good at.
It's the hiked
as
mid,
picking
zero personality, like...
No, like I know what you mean by it. It's just like I'll have to go give another listen to see if I can pull it out more.
Yeah.
The B-sides are definitely okay. More interesting might be a strong statement. I think Juicy
God.
Juicy, which is such an unfortunate name, which is the second song, people would probably like it a lot more.
기분 좋은 네 맘을 like a maid 날 덮쳐오는 달콤한 feeling 날 채우는 네 sweetest 느낌지 날 물들여와 그 안에 something Oh it's so juicy baby Oh it's so juicy
I'm not sure I'm gonna wreck it, because I have to go give it another listen before I make that decision.
That doesn't sound
Because
promising.
I just haven't listened. Huh?
That
I
doesn't
just
sound
haven't listened to
promising.
it in a little bit. I think it has a lot more to it. But again, I haven't listened to it in a little while, because I haven't listened to music for the past 2 weeks, really, except like right when this came out. I listened to it a couple times, so it's been a bit. I like the song Raincoat.
기억하니 울고던 밤들의 소중한 기억들 힘들던 그 순간에 또 함께 써준 raincoat 생각에 깊이 잠기는 맘 살며시 써내려가는 꿈을 이렇게 가득 채워가 괜찮아 나줄게 We just falling in love raincoat
It's like a ballady song with a bit of a beat, but no one else is going to care. So, their 2 self-produced songs on the album are more comprehensively written than the other 2, though. So, like, come on, Jellyfish, just pay someone better to write music, or just let them do it. Like, they have like a New Jack Swing song they wrote ages ago that they perform at concerts sometimes that hasn't been on any of their albums, because Jellyfish is being dumb.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, Jellyfish.
Like-
What is going on with Jellyfish? They used to be so great. They used to have such good songs and such good artists, and like, yeah, just what's going on? How'd you go from
Yeah.
Vix and Goo Goo Dan to like Dead Song number 8 from Very? Like,
Yeah. Hey, Verivery's first like 5 songs were great.
yeah, but then they swiftly fell off a cliff. And like, it's just been like absolute garbage ever since. But did all of their creative stuff just leave at that point? Because it feels like it. Like,
I
the
mean, I
last
feel like it's
few
kind of
years
what happened
this.
to Vix at some point, though. Vix's songs started sounding very empty at the end.
Yeah, but they still
I
had
thought.
something to them. They still had like more to them than this.
No, they definitely more to them than this, but like
Like,
the fall off
Fantasy
from
was like so full.
It's just a fantasy 다시처럼 떠나는 pain 나를 잃어버린 밤처럼 잃어버린 삶 My tragedy 단단한 길이 열리면 난 구해줘 fantasy
Oh, I'm not a huge fan of
Shangri-La,
Fantasy. It's really the ones
Scientist,
after.
both fine. Good songs.
It's the one oh I don't like Scientist. um, It's like it's the group of songs they did after Fantasy that just were like bad versions of Fantasy. Do you know what I'm talking about? I can't remember what they're called.
Was it like Dynamite or?
No,
Oh,
because
I
I thought
think I
Dynamite
know the
was
one you
first.
mean. Maybe. Hang on, let me find it. I think I know which one you mean. If it's one particular one that you're thinking of, where is it?
Because I really liked Vix at a point too, and I thought they kind of
The Closer.
yeah.
That was not great.
널 내게 맡겨 난 네 감각을 열어 널 내게 맡겨 나의 눈빛만 널 믿어줘 시간 속에 갇혀든 스님 저 끝까지 가득 Breathe 널 내게 맡겨 널 내게 맡겨
But other than that,
That's
they were solid, pretty much throughout.
sorry. I'm pulling up Vix's list of their discography.
At the very least, they were dramatically more solid than Very have been.
Oh, I guess Shangri-La came after all of that.
Yeah.
Shangri-La is quite good.
더 친해 좀더 깊게 이 밤 깊이 번져가고 있어 벗어날 수 없게 눈 감고 내 안에 널 꽂혔잖아 난 취해 좀 더 취해 이 꿈속에 빠져들고 싶어 넌 다가와서 내게만 스며들어
I was not. I thought Scientist was also bad Shangri-La. So
It is just worse Shangri-La, but it's still, like, pretty okay.
온몸에 널 씌워 더 씌워 더 씌워 널 온몸에 짙게 되어 넌 배어 시선을 수 없게
yeah. Well,
It only seems, like, less good because they had such a ridiculously high as a group.
yeah, I get that. I don't know.
In the grand scheme of things, it's still probably above average.
That's not on my playlist, so I won't give it that. But yeah, I don't know what Jellyfish is up to. Who knows? Like
Yeah.
they're gonna sit on making a new boy group once the ZB1 is done, because
Do
They
they
have
have
a
a
dude
girl
in
group at
that.
the moment? They don't, right?
no,
Yeah, I didn't think so. Good. Keep it that way.
no, yeah, they don't, right? Because it was just
It was Guguda and then they were gone and then there's nothing.
yeah.
Cool. Keep it that way. Don't get my hopes up. Done with supporting
I mean-
anything from Jellyfish. They can fuck off.
Yeah, they just make bizarre decisions. Like,
Yeah.
I guess very similar albums now than they used to, but like,
It's to the point now that
I
like
don't-
I used to have Jellyfish liked on Facebook or something, and they were showing off like one of their trainees, and everyone was in the comments like, "Run, get away now!" You know something's gone wrong when everyone's like, "No, don't even try, just leave now." It's a fucking disaster.
yeah,
In the same way that we'll never support anything from Planets again, like I'm done with Jellyfish. I got no problem being like, yeah, don't bother supporting anything from Jellyfish because they just lost it.
yeah, I get that. I don't know. I just
You know they're going to chuck these lads
I-
in the bin as soon as they got some newer, younger.
oh,
prettier people.
yeah, I know, and I still don't understand how freaking Tap did so well. I'm trying to ignore that because that song's garbage. Yeah, I think part of the issue with this one might have been they plans to have another song, and they have a member who's been on hiatus since the Tap promotions,
Oh, okay.
and I think they might have recorded stuff because they normally have this like a track on the album on the CDs that preview a track on the next album, and it wasn't on this album, which is the first time that's happened. So I'm guessing they recorded enough of something, and then they decided to shelve that for a future thing. Would be
Okay.
my casual guess. and that they wanted to do something now to maybe try to squeeze in 2 releases before the one with blue hair enlists, because he enlists this year.
Oh, okay.
That's my guess, or hope, maybe. I don't know what's more right. But we'll see. I don't have faith in Jellyfish, so I like this song for the time being. Whether that lasts is a different story. I'll report back on Juicy Juicy and drop it in the show references. I think it's actually worth a listen.
Sounds fun.
I just
I'll
can't
have to edit
remember
it
at the
anyway
moment.
because you mentioned it, so that'll be fun.
So many times, yeah. So everyone will hear it. Who goes back and listens, but
So looking forward to it.
yeah. I'm trying to think if there was anything else. No, I haven't listened to any music, so I know there's a lot of stuff for me to listen to, and
yeah.
a couple of things that I was going to listen to were hit off earlier with Akio's call. I liked both of them, but both like not miraculous, I would say. So, and I will also plug the 9001 song, or 9001 apparently is what you're supposed to say upside down. Because I really enjoyed that as well. I didn't realize they released anything, but they're very new goo. So,
okay.
Yeah. The last like regular pod kept me entertained today. So I did find the conversation of extraordinary heroes interesting. That's so. If everyone has listened to that, I think it's interesting divergence from what I was expecting. I'll say that.
Mm-hmm.
I'll not rule if I like that song yet or not. I'm not sure, but yeah, I don't really have anything else, which is why I'm not going last because I don't have anything. So
okay.
But Jellyfish do better. We'll see if I end up liking the song long term.
I will bet on no, but we'll see. We'll
see. Yeah, we'll see if it suffers the tap fate, but at least it's not 10 songs in one song. But that's a low bar to clear. That you don't even think it cleared. So
I don't even think it's one song in one song. It's maybe half a song.
The instrumentation certainly more than one song. The instrumentation is like a third of the song at best. Maybe even not that much.
It's not like, even a bad beat, but there's just nothing else with it.
I know, it's just so. Again, what did Strong Dragon's synth board blow up? Because normally there's so many weird synth sounds in a Strong Dragon.
I was
song.
At least expecting some gross, like, digestive noises at some point, or something like that. Right? He loves weird noises. Like, if I can rely on anyone for weird noises, it should be Strong Dragon.
I know.
But no.
I know. And, like, to be, like, he's done a lot of songs with them recently, and I've liked just about none of them. But at least I remember them. Like, I remember which ones they are, because they're that much. But, you know, maybe this was the issue of two people who wanted to do completely different things with a song they stuck on together for some nonsense reason.
I think
and it produced the
might
worst
be that, and they both neutralized what each other were trying to do and just ended up with nothing but Magnolia Paint, and that was it. And it was like the most nothing anything ever.
Yeah, because Strong Dragon stuff plus rock, I guess, sort of is what the GBTV rock remix is, which is still not great because it's built off of a really bad song, but is much, much better than either of the two other versions of that song.
You know, as time goes by, I'm really starting to gain more and more respect for the GBTV Strong Dragon remix. It's so much better than like what they've been putting out the last few years, which is hilarious to say, but it is so much better than the rest of their stuff. It at least has ideas.
I'm not going to agree with you on that. I still can't believe Jellyfish found a dude on SoundCloud and decided that that's what they were going with. Because that's what happened. They found some random dude on SoundCloud and went with it. Or at least that's what people on Twitter say. I'm not sure they're fully correct. But
was that Strong Dragon's origin story?
Yeah.
Okay. fair, I guess.
But I feel like
God.
they just need a hard reset
Yeah,
with their
big
stuff.
time.
Just let Very produce an album and then go from there.
Yeah.
Let them put their song "Crack It" on as a title track, please. Because it's New Jack Swing and it's fun.
Yeah, at the very, very least, just please hire new producers. What you've got is not working.
It's a chronic problem. It's a chronic problem for them.
Like,
yeah,
and you keep using the same people, and it keeps not working. Maybe change something.
Yeah, it's like even the B-side. Like, I think the B-side has Strong Dragon on it too.
Yeah.
No, okay, the B-side has new people.
Oh,
But the
okay.
people that's on the Juicy have both written great songs and garbage fire songs. So it's one of the ones where you're like, what are we gonna get?
Okay.
It's like apparently one of them wrote at least some of my number one song of last year, Incredible by Uptension.
Oh.
Which is shocking, because that song's really full sounding, even though it's just for me. But then also wrote some like really bad like mainstream group stuff, like some Bad 17 and other random things. I think, if I'm remembering correctly, I'd have to look it up, which it's not worth it. But like, yeah, weird things. Jellyfish just needs to. Even that would have been better probably as a title than this one, just because there's a lot more to it. So Jellyfish, hire better producers.
I'm inclined to say, right, that they just need to take the throw enough at the wall until something sticks approach and just try different stuff every comeback, like vastly different things until something actually works. Because yeah, this has been in the bin for years in terms of quality.
Yeah, I could see that. I don't know. They just need to like, or just pull back some of the producers they've worked with in the past that worked.
Yeah.
Like, back to the people who, like, if they want to stick with the not the fun New Jack Swing sound, just go back to the producers who did Lay Back or something.
Yeah, Lay Back was fine.
Show me your face. Show me your face. 좀 더 짙게 빠져들어. 지금 난 now. Show me your face. 가까워져 가 내게 난. 좀 더 솔직해진 너와 날 보낼게. 너들 속에 터지듯 피어난 your broken heart. You're right. 날 이끄니 봐. 너의 화려한 전막이 내리고 내 향한 모든 날 채우고 난 너를 데려가. 눈이 멀어가도 좋아 널 라.
And that would be a lot better, because Playback is a great song, especially when you line it up against something like this. Like,
fun. But before we talk about every single very, very song ever, we'll call it that.
Yeah, because we have a tendency whenever they come up to talk for way too long.
Yeah.
Although quickly on Swither's comment about how no two other people are as invested in a Strong Dragon remix. Swither, you say that. You should see some of their Twitter about it, because I know a couple people who also despise Strong Dragon to the core and talk about it. So it comes up surprisingly more than you think it would. So there was a whole fight on Twitter about Strong Dragon and people dissing him and some people defending some random songwriter for some reason. Like, it was hilarious because why?
I still suspect nobody has like talked about this song as much as we have.
That is almost certainly true, because it's come up way too many times.
You could cut minutes of us talking about the Strong Dragon remix,
I know.
Which is way more than that song deserves, but still.
No, it is. It all dates back to that bad song listen through that we did that one time.
Oh god, yeah. In the same way that we talk about that Bling Bling song too much, but
yes. Yeah. Or NCT's Chain for you.
나가로 딩딩心が hit hit つながろ drill drill 자만스러워 let's break it down make a wish現実に変えてく경미살이 이만 하지 마라 let's
Oh, absolutely. We have our punching bags, okay?
Yeah. So anyway, I'll leave it there. That little bit of levity. So good chatting with you, and I have a lot of music to catch up on. So yeah.
There you go. Enjoy catching
Bye.
up. See you later.
Yeah, I'll try my best. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, my last caller today is the big one, as we always call him. I don't know why that nickname has just stuck, but it has stuck. It's Swither. I'm gonna bring him in now. Let's do it. Hello, the big one. What the fuck was that?
Yeah, what, you don't mess with the Little Mermaid?
No, not personally.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, Yunse did a multilingual version of Part of Your World, and she sang some of Little Mermaid in Hebrew.
Oh, wow.
And that,
Shaman Mohim, Shaman Ratsim, Shaman Bashama, Shmitra Sasil, Fagam Ani, Zerasoni, Leotitan.
yeah, I'm leading with the positivity podium. Sorry.
Damn.
But yeah, and there's been a lot of talk about Danielle from New Jeans as being the official Korean voice for the Little Mermaid, and yeah, it's just had me listening to a bunch of renditions of that song in virtually every language. Well, yeah, this has been a great show so far. You know, we've really gotten into some classic dynamics, you know, Ian coming on with like a little humble positivity only to get crushed and then hedge his way into a little corner. Mad respect though, you know, you gotta try for the ones you love. And then it feels like it's been a long time since I heard from Accio, and those songs were very necessary. Very glad to hear it. I do have to pick a little some sort of bone because how are you saying that Damien was mid? I mean, that song is insanely good. The B-side
just did nothing for me.
Oh my god. All right, well, yeah, and also I was offended by how it seemed almost everyone was against their usage of CGI and over-the-top effects in their music videos. I thought we all loved that. What's wrong with you guys? I thought we all loved that. Giant lightning bolts, her leaping away from, you know, a megaton explosion. We love this about Dreamcatcher. Why are y'all acting like that's not a highlight?
I guess it's more just that it was more fun before they started doing all of the CG stuff. Like the little creepy house ones for the first couple of songs were way more fun, and like epic like swords and shit for Deja Vu was way more fun, but I think that's
It's
all it
been
really
sick
is.
whole time. I mean, yeah, that was really cool too, but I do not see how this is any step down. I'm very much behind most of the decisions behind that music video. Also quite like the song. And yeah, that Lipton ad, I just think it's fun that Alex can bring on a song that's just about the most nondescript, cheap tea in the world. And you know, one of the beautiful things about K-pop, you can get stunning, incredible performers that a lot of people know and love to do full songs about the most unremarkable, least respected tea brand in the world.
It's kind of almost a bit too much of a compliment to call them a tea brand at this point, right?
Maybe. Yeah, I mean...
That's kind of stretching the definition of tea a little bit, I think.
yeah, you being from the Isles, I will defer to your opinion on it. You know, I simply cannot have more valuable input. But yeah, so this has been a great show so far. Thanks for doing it again. I am here today because there is a person that has contributed so much for years now. You know, gave us the first song that started my playlist called Korean Girl Spitting Bars About Dessert.
Oh, of
and,
course.
which was Milk is sick, sick, sick.
Banger.
Amazing song. Yeah. Fanatics flavor. Fanatics had the flavor. And then this girl went on Produce 101, I think, and then
48.
also Girls Planet. And then when she went on Girls Planet, she was, you know, whacking the house down with 6 cherries in her mouth for the introductory video. Her name is Kim Doah. And she is a legend and definitely has some star power. And I'm bringing on today her debut. You know, I think you were really mistreating some of the B-sides earlier. You know, I think you need to catch some of those dreams so that then when you catch the dreams from Dreamcatcher, then you can take them for a walk, like baseball. You know, I'm gonna connect this, okay? You know, I'm getting there. You know, you catch it in baseball, then you go for a walk, and so the song that I'm bringing on today is called "Dream Walking."
I'm
Okay.
in pain.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
You're trying too hard.
All right. Well, let's hit send on this song. Let's go.
Let's Kim Doah Dreamwalking. Here we go.
새로 잡는 턱 밀당 없는 끌림 온종일 눈빛 껴와 두근댄 feeling 나른나른한 mood 심장 소리 펌펌펌 핑크빛 달콤한 우주 속을 falling yeah 나와 춤을 추고 길거리를 걷고 함께 마주보며 노래는 날 가리고 Time say goodbye 헤어질 시간이 다가왔어 Time say goodbye 나 환상 속 그대와 달빛을 따라 마찰 타고 yeah I know we're breaking up yeah 손발을 넘어 환상을 밟고서 내 사이에 시간을 터줘 baby 나나나나나 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 제게 부서지는 감정 팝밴 늘어지는 시간 미러 달밴 긴장에 빠진 날들 필요했음 그팬 나와 춤을 추고 길거리를 걷고 함께 마주보며 노래는 날 가리고 Time say goodbye 헤어질 시간이 다가왔어 Time say goodbye 나 환상 속 그대와 달빛을 따라 마찰 타고 yeah I know we're breaking up yeah 손발을 넘어 환상을 밟고서 내 사이에 시간을 giving me smile. 달달한 향 giving me high. 환상 속 그대와 내 빛을 따라 맞을 거고. Yeah, I know we're breaking up high. Yeah, so what if 너무 환상을 밟고서 내 사랑의 시간을 터져, baby. 내 사랑의 시간을 터져, baby.
Okay. Does Doah have you walking on dreams?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my god, that was so cool.
How
The
was
song
it
is.
watching while she was dancing outside your house?
I was gonna get there. I was gonna get there, but I'm glad that you said it before I did. But yeah, this one I knew was for me from the first second, and then as soon as the Paradise Diner showed up in the music video, it was a lock. It was over for me. Yeah, she's at my house, and she brought all her friends over, and they're doing a great dance, and they all got great outfits on. So she's a welcome guest at the diner. One of our star denizens. Hope she becomes a regular. Great song. I mean, it has this great shuffle to it. So tasteful. I do find it laughable that Ian is trying to critique the boring nature of it in the chat. But
I was about to let him have it too.
At least he has the awareness to hedge that too.
That's true. That's true.
He says, I know it's probably hypocritical. Yes, sir. It is hypocritical.
We let you off this time again.
Yeah, because this is not going for like a big soaring, like super exciting song, but it's got harmonic context. It's got a chorus that's like cute and does something. It has a personality to the vocal. And yeah, the instrumental is so much more like
There's so much more life
groovy.
in it.
Yeah, so much more life to it. Yeah, this is really one of the relatively rare types of songs where I could totally put this on in a number of contexts where I usually wouldn't with non-K-pop people, and this would be like well received. It's just cool and has nice movement to it. There's nothing embarrassing about this song. And yeah, like the outfit's really consistent, not doing too much. It's just like two versions of this real Bowie outfit. Obviously, yeah, it's tightly focused. I think they're really doing a lot with a little here. The instrumental, it doesn't sound super expensive, but it's tasteful. They don't have that many sets, but the sets that they choose are tasteful, obviously. And same thing with the outfits and the editing and that sort of thing. It just seems like this is a really good way of taking what I imagine is not a huge budget and really making it feel like there's nothing missing.
Yeah. Nothing glares out as being like cheap though, because like film quality is pretty good, like looks pretty solid. There's no point where I'm like, oh, she's blurry or the lighting's off or whatever. And like music wise, it's really well mastered. Everything sits where it should. There's some actually pretty good vocal layering, which is, they gave her the treatment that Mijoo didn't get. So good shit.
Real stuff. Yeah, and what was I going to say about the production here? Well, yeah, about the budget. Yeah, I mean, you can have relatively decent camera quality and some of those other things without much budget these days. There's only a couple of hints that I think that clue you in that this isn't like quite high budget, which is there are a couple of moments where the vocal doesn't line up with the edits of her, close-ups. And, I think that's a relatively consistent sign that it's not like a real big company production because they don't usually mess around with that. But that's really quite a detail. It's just a hint to be like, yeah, this is still probably, close to 100% of, utility that you could get out of the money that they likely put into this.
Yeah.
But yeah, just really, really enjoyable. I don't have much to critique with it.
Mhm.
And there's not many English lyrics either, really, which is kind of nice, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
like
mean,
the
it
"Don't
just
Say
succeeds.
Goodbyes" though. Those sound good.
Yeah, for sure. Um, yeah, and I'm excited for her solo career because
Mm.
if she continues in this vein of just like, yeah, I mean, I've already sort of outlined it. If she continues in this vein, I think she could really get somewhere with it because this sort of sound and aesthetic, I think, could really have some resonance with the not like the child demographic, but like sort of the around me sort of demographic. I could see a lot of people that I know um, being so kind of into this if she released a number of songs that hold up this sort of style.
Yeah. I'm
So
I'm one of those rare people that was actually a fan of the group she was in, so I have some previous. She was in Fanatics, and
Fanatics,
they were great. They had a couple of
yeah,
fantastic songs, and then they vanished. But
yeah,
yeah, she was. It was kind of in that group. It was almost comical how many people were there for Doah. So it's good that she's solo now. Um, but
yeah,
yeah, I don't really have many complaints with this. It's like it's weird because she's getting the treatment as though she can't sing, but she can sing really well. So like interesting, but because that was never the thing with Doah. The thing with Doah is she was like incredibly talented, but just barely didn't quite make it into like each of the stages she needed to in those shows.
yeah,
Like no
yeah.
one had
I
any
think
doubts that she was good enough. She was obviously good enough. I think the
I
thing at the
think
time
maybe
was she
she's
was
just
too
too.
young.
Oh yeah, too young, and doesn't have anything like super loud, because like Hikaru on Girls Planet was probably similar age,
No, she's
uh,
younger, I think, than
but
Doah, but
what's that?
I think she's younger than Doah. Pretty sure.
Yeah, yeah, but just because she had like this very loud, distinctive
Mm,
presentation, I feel like that sort of thing is rewarded more on those voting shows. And Doa is
yeah.
just like sort of kind of an all rounder, I guess.
Yeah. Definitely an
And
all-rounder.
doesn't,
Doesn't need to shout about it, you know? She's
yeah,
just competent at everything.
yeah. And so, yeah, I think maybe this is healthy. Maybe it's good that she didn't get like skyrocketed when she was like 15.
Yeah. I'm actually
Because
curious, do you know if she's still with the same label? She was with Fent. I don't know who she's with now.
she is not with Fent anymore.
Okay.
Though I do think it's funny. Like last year, she posted something about cutting ties with Fent or whatever, and it's just like it's just very low hanging fruit of imagining someone going on Twitter and announcing that they're done with fentanyl. Um, just because Fent is just a really funny entertainment company name.
Yeah.
Low hanging fruit, though. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
But I don't know what company she's with now. Um, but this was produced because I was curious because, like I was saying, I think that a lot of the aspects of the production here are really tasteful and yeah, nice, groovy, shuffly, and moves nicely,
Hmm.
balanced. And then I looked up the people behind writing and composing it, and it's a team of four. Uh, uh, it's listed as Daoki, Umi, Taemin, and Nasun. That is not the Taemin that we
I was
know,
gonna
I believe.
say.
That would be crazy. But it does appear that this is essentially a team of writer producers that mostly have worked on card songs, which is
Ooh, okay.
surprising to me
That's
because
interesting.
card songs frequently lack some of the tact or taste, I think, here.
Yeah.
Not to cook card, but you know,
They kind of deserve it for
sometimes
the last couple of songs to be cooked.
a little bit, a
I
little
think.
bit, a little bit. I mean, card's just frustrating because they have so much potential. Like there's
Yeah.
kind of this chemistry between the members that people love to see, and they seem talented and have personalities. But it's like it seems like they're just the company's like afraid to do what would be interesting for them. I don't know, but yeah, we're not talking about them. But yeah, the writers mostly have worked on card songs as well as. Do you remember "Fire Saturday" by?
Oh hell yeah! Welcome to my world. Welcome to my
Welcome to
world.
my world.
That's my welcome to my world, not the Esper one.
Welcome to my world. Oh, welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome to my world. Feel me now. 너를 멈추지 마. World. 모두 다 welcome to my world. 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 이젠 다 welcome to my world. World. 불타는 토요일 밤 모여 모두 다 get on the floor tonight. Dance on a Saturday night. 들어 모두 다 get on the floor tonight. 지금이야 나를 놓치면 미치게 될걸. Welcome to my world. Welcome to my world. Welcome to my world. Welcome to my world.
Yeah, they have to battle it out because one says it more than the other. But perhaps one could make the argument that Ning Ning's more persuasive.
I think Leia wins the quantity argument for sure. I think that's
Yeah.
That's basically her only line in that song, and she says it like a million times. It's so funny. If you ever get a chance, watch the live they did of that, or one of the lives they did of that on Arirang Radio, because she just over the song she ramps it up more and more until she's like going ham as hell, saying "Welcome to my world." So give that a go.
Wait,
They
is that
definitely have a
at
laugh
first?
with it.
At first, she's just saying it, and then by the end, she's like, "Welcome to my world. Welcome to my world."
Welcome to my world. She's like well over the top. It's great.
Yeah,
She definitely
that's
has a laugh with it. I like those
Yeah.
girls. They're fun.
You need to, and that actually brings up a thought of mine with repetition and K-pop and stuff. One of the things that people don't like about repetition is the fact that it is just repetition, and for depending on the context, if there's nothing that repeating something brings out or does to change the meaning of it, then it does just feel like filler if it's not catchy or doing anything. But I do find it really interesting, the notion of live performance of something extremely repetitive and exactly what you were just describing. Someone doing something that seems like really soulless or empty, or just saying something over and over, but then just the sheer endurance of continuing to do it brings out like more humanity in it or something.
But there's so many memes about that, isn't there? Though, like with Nayeon with I'm gonna be a star. Like that's her only line in that song or something, and she says it like a million times.
Yeah.
Like you can see her soul leave her body when she has to say that line.
Okay, yeah, that was sort of a spell, you know. She sort of it was more of an incantation than a song, you know. She when people talk about manifesting, yeah, she just said it enough times and then boom. Well, who's going to argue? Nayeon is absolutely a star.
And Leia
So-
absolutely welcomed us to her world.
That's
That's all you gotta say, you know?
We're firmly on the same planet as that girl. Yeah, that's pretty great.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I hope that these card producers or whatever, well, I hope this song gets rewarded enough so that they get the feedback that they did something good with this. Because it would be a shame if this debut was this hot and then it didn't lead to a nice career with a similar level of music for.
I think a somewhat healthy view count for like a girl that
Yeah,
hasn't
where
really
are
been
we?
seen for the last couple of years. We're almost at 6.5 mil. Pretty decent.
6.5 mil.
That's pretty good,
Ooh,
I'd say.
that's pretty solid. I mean, it's newish. It's pretty new.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's pretty good, I think. Yeah, nice. All right, yeah. Props to Doah. I hope she's just going up.
Yeah, keep killing it, Doah.
Keep walking your dream.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a bunch of things that I wanted to kind of bring on, but I've really been too much on this show lately. You know, I did the 5 songs of Espa, and then did the story 5-song show. So
Mm.
I felt a little bit like I shouldn't do that, but I still can't help myself. I do want to talk about some things,
Okay.
and maybe, maybe in ensuing weeks, I will still try to double up to bring on some of these songs. I don't know,
There's
but
no rule that you
this was
can't double up after doing your Speaky all the time episode, you know?
sure, sure, but yeah. Let me just speak my mind a little bit. I mean, this
Sure.
week was great. I thought.
Yep, I
Um,
agree.
I really like the J Park Candy song.
Sweet like candy, 달콤한 flavor. Let me some sugar, baby. I am your neighbor. You're sweet like candy, 달콤한 flavor. Let me some sugar, baby. I am your neighbor.
I think he kind of killed that. It was really catchy, and Yua was really charming in that. And then that label mate of VVG, that they did the song with Una, Slam Dunk. I think you
My
posted that one.
boys, Mighty Mouth. Mighty
Mighty
Mouth in the
Mouth.
house.
네 맘에 slam dunk 널 안고 싶어 너는 그대같이 뼈들 변함없는 MVP 한 번 더 slam dunk 널 갖고 싶어 난 너에게로 좀 다가가 안겨버릴래 I know you'll never give up
That song rules. And oh, I mean, yeah, it is such a good showcase of Unha's singular ability to just be that cute without uh compromising. Because, like, you know, acting cute is dangerous. Being cute is dangerous. And it's a slippery slope. People can end up finding it extremely distasteful. But with someone like Una, she just is so about it, and there's just nothing inconsistent that when she sings "Slam Dunk" in that song, it's just precious. There, you don't even think about, you know, why is this girl trying to sound so cute talking about
T
dunking
and
the
I
ball?
may have had different opinions on that, but we'll maybe save it for if there's a call on it.
Okay, yeah, we haven't heard from T in a little bit. I'm
She's on holiday at the moment, so she can't call in this week or next week.
got you. Well, yeah, we will await her return. But yeah, so that was great. I still hope there was some talk about Moose maybe calling in Queenka. Uh, Somebody has to. We need to talk about it. But I won't. I won't because somebody has to, and it shouldn't be me. But yeah, let me just launch into my little positivity items. Not even all of them songs.
Okay.
So I was really happy to see the first member of Luna, Heejin, and the first member of Triple S, Soyeon, dancing to the new song from that puzzle show, Charismatic, which is pretty good itself, by the way. It's pretty decent. And it was just touching, interesting how long of a story Heejin's had to get where she was, and then, you know, having a sister group, and they're getting into it, and they kind of bodied it. And then similarly, I was really happy to see Hani of New Jeans dancing to "Unlock It" by Charlie XCX, produced by A.G. Cook. That was a special moment for me that no one else would care about. The Espa, the girls from Espa, they all showed out at. You say Cannes or is it Cannes? I know it's not Cannes Film Festival.
It's just Can.
Cannes, yeah. So they showed out at Cannes Film Festival. Every single one of them. I mean, Winter maybe the most, but goodness, Giselle even. And then yeah, I mean they showed out. I don't know. Uh, it's usually not notable, just girls in outfits, but given their recent comeback, uh, it was just engaging to me. Um, very much on theme. Still crazy about some of those new Espa songs. Um, I also wanted to call attention to the Aussie member of NMix. You remember her?
I mean, I don't know anything about the M-Mix member because I don't care, but go ahead.
Do you know her name?
No.
Lily. Okay. So Lily from NMix did this live a couple weeks ago, but I'm just now seeing it, where she basically stated that sh- she could be a murderer.
What?
She in very explicit terms, she was like, you know, I mean, if someone was really threatening to hurt someone that I love, or making someone that I care about feel trapped, and I had no other choice, I would I would probably murder them. I might murder. Like, it was this just absolutely wild live where I just found it a really illuminating sort of thing with these the nature of uh, K-pop uh, idol fan interaction sort of thing, because it's like that's not going to help her if she ever is like near any sort of crime and then she gets accused or something. They just bring it back up in court that she just said that she very explicitly that she totally could murder.
That's their smoking gun, yeah.
I mean, I just thought that was
What
notable, and
even?
I kind of enjoy Lily's somewhat crack-headed energy. Um, yeah, so that was a special moment as well. Um, as I mentioned already, that puzzle show has started, and though Chaeyoung is not participating anymore, and then someone else also dropped out,
Hmm.
but there's still a lot of very talented people on that show. I haven't watched any of it, but I've seen the two songs from it thus far, both of which are pretty solid. And it just made me start thinking about Nana from UA again, because she is so incredible. She is like one of my favorite dancers in K-pop and fourth gen.
Mm-hmm.
She's so good. Yeah, just look up any videos you can find of that girl dancing. She absolutely gets into it. It's crazy.
I expect her to sweep that show.
You expect her to what?
Just sweep that show. Easy.
Please. Yeah. Yeah.
She's like a true triple threat. She can do everything.
She's so sick. I mean, yeah. Also, I need Woo-Ah back. I need some Woo-Ah songs. Maybe I hope it doesn't go too well on that show because I want some new Woo-Ah. But yeah, so just shouts out to Nana. She's just absolutely excellent. Still absolutely excellent. And then Stacy did a cover of "It's the Love Shot." No. I mean, Isa had already done a solo choreography cover, but then now the whole group did a full group vocal dance cover. And they got the suits. It's just absolutely sick.
I'm in
You,
the minority that hates that song, so that does nothing for me.
oh, you hate that song?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, I wasn't a big listener of that song, but when Stacy's doing it, then yeah, that could get me to flip entirely. Um, and then also in the K-pop news, big K-pop news, I think these are probably the first fruits of, we've been following 50/50 since the very beginning. You more so than I even, you were
Day
a
one,
sort of
baby.
yeah, you're a day one stan. And then we were talking about once they signed that Warner Music deal, like, oh, what is this going to mean? And then I think the very first fruits that we've seen of that, other than probably just really successful promotions, because that song is Cupid has been like consistently like top 20 charting in the
Yeah.
United States for like weeks,
Top
which is
10 here.
insane.
I
Absolutely
legit
insane.
heard it on the radio twice on my office day at work the other day. So
Yeah,
it's going big. You
It-
know it is.
it's bonky
And I
bonk
was like,
for
oh my
sure.
god, I know this, guys. Listen to this. I love this song. So,
Yeah, these are
my boss
good.
now likes that song, so there you go. I've done well.
Let's go. Yeah, that's how you ascend the corporate ladder, man. You
Yeah.
just gotta
You know it.
leverage your taste.
And he sent me a message to say, "Oh yeah, I like that 50/50 song. I've added it to my collection." I'm like, "You should check out their first EP. It's really good." So I'm doing the
Click,
Lord's
click,
work
log
here,
in.
okay?
Told his ass to click log in on that joint.
You fucking know it.
But
Burn
yeah,
the
so
database,
first-
boss. Come on.
yeah, we burned the database. But yeah, I think the first fruits of that Warner Music deal are that they are suddenly on the most anticipated, easily the most anticipated movie of the summer, the Barbie movie's soundtrack, along with people like Dua Lipa, Pink Pantheress, etc. So that I think will really lock in their cultural position. Obviously, they will be successful, but in terms of like what niche they occupy, I think that's really smart because they do kind of a shoe-in for that.
I'm very scared of what's going to come out of it, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. You know, sometimes these cross-industry collaborations go strangely, but you know, those girls are talented, so even if it's kind of whack, they'll probably hold it down in the capacity that they're given.
One thing I can say is when it comes out, there will be an honest review of it on here.
Bet. Yeah, we'll have to cover that. But yeah, so there's been just a lot of good music coming out, and there's been a lot of announcements for the future, but I'm mostly just thinking, what is Stacy doing in August? She posted something very mysterious about something happening in
Please
August.
don't come back on my birthday, please don't.
It's too far ahead for it to just be a song. I feel like they're either going to announce like a big tour or like a whole album. But
Probably
basically, yeah, honestly, I hope it's an album because, you know, the odds that they go on a tour.
Or
to
it'll be a
anywhere near
world
me.
tour that only goes to fucking America like they all do.
Hey, I hope they go to my part of America because, you know, you're forgetting, you know.
That's fine, but then call it an American tour. Don't call it a world tour. It's not a world tour if you only go to America.
Welcome to my world. Welcome to my world.
It all comes back.
Yeah, so I'm really excited about that. Basically, I've been on a real strong couple of weeks. I'm just very deeply into this this year. I hope that this ends up shaping up to be like a really overall strong year in the industry. But more important is just that my faves do well. But yeah, thanks so much for doing the show again. This is like I frequently say, necessary. Keep holding it down. Getting some of these things on the record, you know, like it's valuable now. You're on the record as a day one 50/50 guy before any of that, you know. No one can tell you. No one can be like, nah. It's not even hipster points, man. It's more like sports betting. It's more like you know, yeah, sports betting. We should try to figure out. Actually, I'm sure somebody has tried to put together some sort of bookie system for chart performance in K-pop, but
I would be the worst person to bet on that because all the people I like do terribly. Usually, it's just 50/50. Thankfully, are not doing terribly.
Well, maybe a sea change. We'll see. But yeah, I just want to say that, and thanks for hosting the show, and thanks for having me on again. Do you have anything to shout out for positivity?
Fucking no, I do. It's been a really good last couple of weeks. Like, there's been a lot of strong songs out, some of which we've already talked about. Like, of course, you mentioned the J Park song is definitely worth a listen. At the very least,
strong. Yeah,
it has problems in my opinion, but it's worth a listen. I played this song on the pre-show. I don't think anyone's going to call in about this, so I don't mind ruining it. It's this song called "Burn Through," which is it's under Cereals, which is Cereels, which I don't quite understand what Cereals is. It seems to be like some kind of production house that hooks up like singers with songwriters with animators or something. I don't quite understand it, but there's like a weird animated video for this song that's, you know, worth a look.
Taking me away, keeping me chase, pulling me apart, twisting me, reality. My strange addiction's driving me. And I fell, why not swimming in the deep? No, save me, getting closer now. Why burn through the night, not breathing? Yeah. This is just how it is, and I'm steering through you. Oh, I want to play. I'm in too deep, if it's not to read away from me, so that I can never leave.
We both talked about Real's latest song, Glitter. Which is produced by the dude from Wednesday Campanella.
Yeah.
I don't think it's nearly close to her best, but it's still pretty good. Definitely worth a listen. We've already talked about Mighty Mouth, which I love. I mean, Mighty Mouth are like a typical pocket pick for me. Every time they release something in the summer, I'm like, okay, it's finally summer again. It's not summer
Nice.
until they release a bop, you know that. And
Slam dunk.
yeah, I maybe would have liked it to have any other vocalist on it, but you know, it is what it is.
Oh,
We might
come
talk about it another
on.
time. But
Sure.
yeah, it's what else? There's one of my favorite Japanese rock groups, Scandal, came back with a song called Line of Sight. Which is decent, but the B-side is what I'm here for, and it's called Vision, and it has a really cool guitar riff, and just builds really nicely. Like, it's just a great song. It's the best song they put out in quite a while, I'd say. Definitely give that a go. Bulgogi
Vision
Disco.
by Scandal. Okay, gotcha.
Bulgogi Disco, right, are this band that, this is going to seem really cruel, are like a slightly worse Sultan of the Disco. And they've
Dang.
they put out this EP called Dagaga, and there's a song called Yahoo on it, which is really groovy, and I like it.
잔을 위로 더 높이 뜨고 모두 사랑이란 이름 말에 춤춰 너와 나 함께 할 소중한 이 순간 모두 외쳐보자 다 같이 어디서 오셨는지 모르지만 어디로 가지
But it is just Sultan of the Disco with a worse singer, in my opinion. Which is brutal to say, but still listen to it. Listen to it.
A harsh endorsement, but
yes.
yeah.
But the song is great. The rest of their stuff I don't like as much, but that song is great. Definitely listen to that. I mean, since I'm assuming no one wants to fucking call in about it, because you all have terrible taste, Chae Soobin's Tanaka-san is a fucking bop.
눈을 감고 그댈 떠올리다 스르륵 꿈속으로 내가 하는 말을 잊겠지만 전화 받아줄래요 무시무시 다나카-상 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 지면 그다사이 다나카-상 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 꽃가루를 날려
忘れろ私を少女よ
忘れないよ私の田中さん
忘れろ私を少女よ
どうかどうかどうかどうか
It's amazing. You all need to listen to that. Definitely check that out.
Tanaka-san, 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 Tanaka-san.
I was practicing my Japanese salaryman impression for that song with T the other day. And she's
Nice,
like, it's
nice.
spot on. So I guess I guess I have to do that now. So there's a guy in the chorus of that song that comes in and just goes Wasure no watashi ya jojo yo. And yeah,
Okay.
that's in the song. It's there. It's this cute little like kind of, how would you describe it? I mean, I guess it's going to be a weeb song, but like, it's just this
Yes.
kind of fun like cross between like city pop and like just dance pop, but it's great. I love
It's
it.
cheeky,
It's cheeky, yeah.
for sure. Yeah, but it's
definitely.
fun.
Definitely listen to that. Best song she's put out for a long time, probably since Dive for me. So that's pretty good.
But she's got songs though.
She
Don't
does.
let anyone forget that she's got songs.
She does, but the last few years I haven't really enjoyed them too much.
Okay.
But yeah, solid. What else? There's been so much that I've discovered in the last couple of weeks that's been amazing. I should probably shout out
Nice.
Cardia from the Eurovision Song Contest with his song Cha Cha Cha, which I played in the pre-show. I don't know if I'm going to get claimed for editing it in, but I'll try. It's just a really fun, like kind of electronic-y rock song that just becomes dance. It's great. It's basically a song that like critiques the drinking culture in Finland and how people feel like they have to get drunk to have fun when they're out. And he's like, no, you don't. Just cha-cha-cha. But it's great. That's a fantastic song. Definitely listen to that. What
Gotta hit the
else?
cha-cha,
There's
yeah.
so much, honestly. Devita put out a couple of songs that I really enjoy.
Were they all English?
That's a good question. I think they were all English, yeah. But I just kind of ignore a lot of the lyrics, to be honest. And that's the
Yeah,
best
I
thing
got
with Devita. Like, she put a song out called Ride For Me, featuring Dawn. Don't watch the video. Listen to it and don't watch the video, and you'll enjoy it way more.
What the fuck did it tell you, baby, I'm toxic? All this smoke in the air got you so nasty, I like it when you aggressive, baby, don't be so passive. Ride for me, then you never need no gasket. I know you never seen nothing like it, I like it when you aggressive, baby, don't be so passive.
It's it's a great song, just a really tasteless video. So don't watch that.
Okay. Well, I am probably going to be too curious to not watch it now that you've said that, but
It's just not.
yeah, definitely for the rest of the people listening, just observe what he said.
Hmm.
My curiosity will kill me though. And
Yeah,
also, I'm just invested in the Don story just a little bit.
he sucks. I'm
Interesting
sorry.
guy. But hey, I'm not saying in a good or bad way. I'm just, another spectacle.
He seems
But
pretty committed to making bad music. That's all I'm gonna say.
mm,
But
mm.
yeah, the other Davita song is called Naughty.
요즘 내가 아닌 것 같아 너 원했지만 네가만 같아 머리가 아파 오늘 밤 내일이 되면 끝이 날까 궁금해 Oh baby 계산이 필요 없는 사랑 앞에 시간을 달라는 너의 말에 I want you in my arms and I'll feel alright 'Cause you make me feel naughty yeah, naughty yeah, naughty yeah. You make me feel naughty yeah, naughty yeah, naughty yeah. You make me feel naughty yeah, naughty yeah, naughty yeah. You make me feel naughty yeah, naughty yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
And that has some really cool choices in it. So definitely listen to that song. I like Davita a lot more when she's not trying to be cool. But
Okay.
when she's trying to be cool and trying to be heap hap, I'm not about it. Which is a shame. Because she has an
Gotcha.
amazing voice, but she tries so hard to be heap hap, and I don't like it.
Yeah, doesn't she have some like vocal chops pedigree or something? I feel like I
Big time,
remember
yeah.
someone. What's her background?
I don't know what her background is, but she's a fucking great singer.
Yeah, I feel like I remember someone really building up her vocal training or something. Yeah, I'll check out those songs. I think I heard part of one and didn't give it much of a chance.
Yeah.
But yeah, nice. Yeah, good shouts outs.
There's even an
Mo-
older
most-
song I can shout out while I'm here, which is
Oh, go ahead.
I recommended to you in the pre-show, Melody Day's Restless.
여전히 너를 따라 이 밤은 또 흐르고 아무리 애를 써도 네가 너무 그리고 이 밤 흐르고 너 없이 잠이 들지 못하는 내가 싫고 아무리 기다려도 내 옆에 너는 없고 잠은 또 안 오고
Because
Yeah, that was hot.
we've been watching the unit recently, me, Akio, and T, and yeah, Melody Day are on that, and they're amazing on that. And once their audition came up, we ended up like watching a couple of their songs after the show, and I'd forgotten how good this song was. It's really, really good. So definitely
It
listen
was
to
really good.
Restless.
Co-sign that, yeah, for sure. When you played that, I was like, wow, this is one of the singers sounds in a really rare way,
Mm.
a little bit like Joy from Red Velvet, and that
Ooh.
quality is pretty special and elusive. So yeah,
Melody Day had
great
some
song.
ridiculously good vocalists, so definitely listen to them
Mm.
if you want good vocals.
Will do.
But yeah, I suppose I probably
yeah.
shouldn't shout anything else out. There is more, but I won't bore you with it.
Hey, it won't bore me, but it might be wise to save it because you go through troughs with
That's
the
true.
amount of positivity that you have to go around. So maybe keeping a little bit in the
Yeah.
chamber would be wise.
It's frustrating because I feel like I have to like save the proper discussion for if any of these get brought on, but then they don't get brought on because none of you ever bring stuff that I actually like. So-
We need more people calling. Oh,
Yeah.
because I would love to call in Tanaka-san, but
Mm.
then I wouldn't be able to call in Doah, and some things you just got to get to. So we need more people that are down to talk. But yeah, I just want to say, well, also before going that Le Seraphim dropped a video for Eve, Psyche, and Bluebeard's wife, and watch that. It's great.
Mm.
But yeah,
boom,
I
boom,
look-
boom, 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 boom,
Yeah.
boom, 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 boom. If you like that,
yeah,
watch that song.
yeah. It's like just a volley of explosives just going across your hometown entirely, but in the best way. And yeah, that dance is really gonna have echoes for years to come. I think, but
For
yeah,
you maybe. For the rest of us, I'm not sure.
We'll see. But yeah, thanks again so much for having me on, and I will absolutely look up some of those ones that I haven't actually heard.
Mm.
You got taste. You're consistent with this show. Mad respect.
Wow. It would be nice if my taste was reflected in my callers, but that's just a bridge too far. And that'll be the end of the audio podcast for this week. We should have another one next week. Depending on how we do with recording, it's either going to be Swither just bearing his soul about important songs, or it's going to be another regular episode. We'll see. But see you then, audio listeners.